Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now and you're new to my channel, I welcome you all. I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness and sharing my life stories with Aspergers Syndrome and the like, along with tips and advice along the way for your general health and your mental health. It has been come to my attention, as I said before, that I'm hoping to try and get out as much as I can for some of these series that has been put on hold, regardless what they are, of the autism and all these other mental health related topics that I hope to address, because obviously, as you know, I'm all about health and awareness, and hopefully in saying this that it will bring some light to you, encouragement, and some form of hope, regardless what it is that you're looking for today. So, and all further ado, guys, basically this one's all about the Autism and Change series, which therefore will be broken down to at least 8 or 9 parts here. If you want to follow, certain bits are different pieces, and every autistic will be different, and there's everyday topics I'm going to be sharing right now, just to clearly let you know. As we know, from time to time, many people tend to think that all of us are the same, but we're not. So as a disclaimer, as always, I'm no medical doctor, I'm your everyday Joe blogs. So if you see any warning signs or symptoms in regards to the everyday topics I share from my past videos to the now, seek professional help for yourself or your loved one, or seek an opinion for yourself or loved one, because I don't forever condone self-harm. Well, this one's obviously the second part of the Autism and Change of transitioning, which is you leaving school or uni, which I'll subtitle it Hello to World Part 2. So let's begin this. Leaving college or university. As we know, when we transit from college or uni, it can be so scary and all these other mix of feelings for us autistics. So the decisions we make can have an impact on the rest of our lives, especially for everybody else in general as well. So we need to find out about who should be involved in the decisions, person-centered planning, what happens to education, healthcare, and health and care plans, what the options are, making the transition, benefits, and community care. So basically what I'm saying here also in saying this, that I'm hoping that this will be easier to read and understand as well. So the first question I want to ask you, or you may be thinking, is who should be involved. It's important to note that autistic students and their families are engaged in the planning early to make sure these decisions are well informed and that the support is appropriate or not, sort of thing, or just plain out appropriate for the right reasons. A successful transition will involve everyone in the student circle of support, for example, their family, support, outreach workers, or lecturers. All colleges and universities should provide carers and employment guidance and can signpost to other services. Just to be in mind also, before I continue this, as well as I forgot to explain to you guys, some of the research that I've done will be based on the US, UK, and the like, because obviously some of it will be limited here in New Zealand, where I am as a typical New Zealand Kiwi. So basically I'll look into more about some information if need be on this. Just give me a comment below if you want to, if you are from New Zealand, and I'll do what I best I can do. So person-centered planning. Planning should be person-centered, focusing on what the student wants for their future and what matters to them. Many autistic people have the intense and highly focused interests. Some can channel their interest into studying, paid work, volunteer, or other meaningful occupation. Autistic people often report that the pursuit of such interests is fundamental to their well-being and happiness. They may also have already an ideal career path in their mind, or a dream to live in a particular place. Their ideas should be taken seriously so that specific goals are positive and possible and can be identified. No mocking should be when they share you their dreams and visions. Once someone reaches adulthood, their parents or others who have cared for them as children are no longer entitled to make the decisions on their behalf. If it's felt that they don't have the capacity to make their own choices though, however, families and professionals should look at creative ways to advocate their preferences. This may include using visual support aids, assessing and recording their reaction as evidence. How a person communicates should not be a barrier to them contributing to their transitional stages. Any planning, however, should allow for them to contribute in the way that is most meaningful to them. Parents might find it useful to visit the My Adult Still My Child website. This is aimed at those new to be making best interest decisions, and especially for those caring for a young person in transition to adult life. College students with EHC plans. England. If the student reaches their 25th birthday before the course has ended, the education healthcare plan can be maintained until the end of that academic year, but it will cease when the student leaves college. However, it's important to note that this is planned carefully to help encourage a smooth transition and effective preparation for adulthood. If the student is moving to adult health services, the local authorities and health services must cooperate, working in partnership with each other and the student to ensure that they have planned adult care that is consistent with the EHC plan. If, however, the child is age 18 or over and already has been using adult services, the local authorities should ensure that adult services are involved in and are made aware of the decision to cease the EHC plan. If the care part of an EHC plan, however, is provided by adult services, the care plan will remain in place when the education elements of the EHC plan ends. Reassessment may not be necessary at this given point. However, the local authority should review the adult care and support provision to the significant change in circumstances. The options include further study, looking for a job or apprenticeship, volunteering opportunities, and supporting the community moving out of their parental home. Career services in England, Wales, Northern Ireland, Scotland can give advice on making these decisions on learning, training and work opportunities. Further study. Course and accommodation choices should be considered carefully. Useful information can be found on certain university websites, at universities and college administration services, or at whatever university you attend to. Find out more to what consider when planning to go to university. For advice on further and higher education rights and entitlements, contact Disability Rights UK's Disabled Student Helpline in England and Wales, Disability Action Northern Ireland or Leeds, Scotland. Jobs and apprenticeships. Find out about the world of work for autistic people, traineeships and apprenticeships. For students in England with EHC plans, there are supported internships. However, there are often local projects support people into employment, and our Autism Services Directory lists employment support services. Carer services in England, Wales, Northern Ireland and Scotland should be able to offer advice or signposts to any of the services that can help with preparing for and getting work, such as Prince's Trust and Re-employ. Volunteering or engaging with community groups and hobbies can build valuable skills for daily or for future employment and support general well-being. Finding volunteering opportunities with the charities and on the Do It website. Making the transition. Thought should be given to how they can be supported to reduce the anxiety process. Early decision and support strategies can help the student to prepare for the change. This may include the following: new support staff, working with them prior to the move. 2. Visiting the new home day hub or training centres to meet the staff and peers. 3. Using social stories or visual supports. 4. Benefits and community care. Autistic students and their families may be entitled for financial support and social care support. The amount of support will depend on everybody's personal circumstance. For example, a young autistic adult may be able to care for themselves independently, or it is possible that families and others will continue to care for them on your behalf. Well, this quickly ends basically the short and brief Autism and Change leaving college or uni welcome world part 2. Give me the likeful thumbs up for support, comment below, feel free to share these videos around, feel free to subscribe to mention if you feel the need to be part of my YouTube family, as well as do